Good evening, folks. Welcome to season 48, round one draw for the Far Albion Cup, and it's an exciting one, I have to say. Number of entries we've got this season, looking to be a fabulous tournament. As always, I'll go through a little bit of housekeeping, a little bit of an introduction to the teams that are taking part this season, and then we'll get to the draw. So this one's usually the longest one. Hopefully you've got a nice cold beer there for you to enjoy, or a non-alcoholic beverage if you so takes you too. So welcome to this season's Far Albion Cup. It's the UK BBL's Premier Cup competition, and check the rules and regulations. Head to the ukbbl.org website to check out the Far Albion Cup area. And I will just point out at this point that there has been a couple of rule changes for ones who have, or for coaches who have played in the Far Albion Cup before. The first one is the introduction of a little bit more ability to use your cash for underdog. So instead of it being 0, which is what I changed it to around about season 45, I've now gone to the standard up to 40k from your own treasury. So basically you can't get a free babe or wizard if you've got 150 in your kitty. So there is some ability to use cash there. So if you've got 10k left over for your inducements and you're the underdog, you can use 40k of your own pot to supplement that. The second change is that for replays, we're going to implement a kick system should the score still be level after away touchdowns rules are in effect. So this is trying to minimize the requirements for a coin flip. It is still a coin flip, but it allows players to at least influence that coin flip by saving rerolls for the end of the game. So if both games finished 1-1, and that was both in the home tie and the away tie, then we would go to a kicks system. I will state this if there's no time to do a replay, obviously because we haven't then done the away goals, and obviously some people might have been planning for a replay, it will be a simple coin flip if it's just one tie. Okay, so I will put that in the rules and regulations so you are aware. Okay, so the grand final venue will be the Bloody Arena. This is a no enhancement stadium. And here's the route to victory. So it's basically, we've got 32 teams this season, so a perfect number for a knockout competition. Essentially each round is approximately 2 weeks or 2 weeks in length, and you'll need to complete your game and any replays that are required within that time period. What I would like is for the grand final to be only a week, and this is due to the fact that the UK BBL season is shorter than it was about 3 seasons ago, when there was 11 match days. So this is to try and make sure that the Far Albion Cup doesn't go too far into the off season. This is a very minor change, but hopefully it's one that makes sense. So just a few interesting things just to point out. 32 teams is the biggest competition since I've been in it for the Far Albion Cup. That's from season 41. So for those people who might have been playing on the UK BBL since its inception, probably there's been bigger Far Albion Cups than the one that we're running this season, but this is certainly the biggest one that I have done. And considering that's around about 45% of the current league, that's a phenomenal commitment to the only knockout competition that we have here on the UK BBL. Bit of Rage, they were the first Chaos Dwarf winner of the Far Albion Cup since records began, at least the ones that I could find, and that was from season 28 onwards. 16 different races will compete in this Far Albion Cup, and that includes all of the Elven races, so High Elves, Dark Elves, Pro Elves and Wood Elves. They will all take part. Only Dwarf, Chaos and the Undead from the Tier 1 sides are not represented, so quite a lot of the Tier 1 sides do take part, and actually those 3 sides are relatively underrepresented in the UK BBL at the moment. There's only a couple from each race, so no surprise perhaps that we're not seeing those in the Far Albion Cup. So being a rage, they were also a side to win the competition and get relegated in the same season. So sorry, Mortakina, for pointing that out, but it's a nice stat to kind of point out. So let's go through the teams then, shall we? So here's your basically your 32 through to what should be 27. I haven't changed the numbers on here because we've had a number of late entries. However, what you can see is the number of new franchises that are taking part this season really high. So players like Ringtail and Wonderben, who are returners or new coaches, really good that we're seeing them in. The numbers are all wrong, but you can at least see the teams anyway. I told you that it would be error strewn this cast. So yeah, we've got 7 new franchises taking part. Watch out for Sminties. He could be quite a dark horse. He took his Wood Elves, rookie Wood Elves, all the way to the semi-finals in their first season, so he could be one to watch out for. Itchin taking his Terminal Stains, his 1400 TV Goblin side. Quite a large TV for a Goblin side. We need to do better at killing his players. That's what I think. And of course, the only Amazon side in the competition, led by RJP, will be in at number 18. That number is actually correct. So always nice to see the Amazons do well. My side will be at 17, and the only Wood Elves side in the entire league will be at 16. That's led by Duck with a Stick, who is a regular Far Albion Cup partaker. Lasker is in at 14. He is sandwiched between 2 Chorfs, which is exactly where he'd want to be, if I'm honest. Only joking. Those 2 stars next to Bedouin and Rux are basically just to say that those 2 sides, they are retired sides. However, they're being used this season while they train up their rookie sides as they re-enter the league or go into the conferences. So you are able to do that. If you're retiring a side, you can take them into the cup for that season. We've then got the last 2 of the non-top 10. That's Nate Guy, who's on a bit of a rebuild, and Feynork, who were the season 46 champions. They were knocked out, I believe, in quarterfinals, I think, from last season. So here's the top 10. The Avalon Arrows, thank you, Commissioner Bain, who stepped in to fill in the last slot to make it 32. So thanks, Bain, for doing that. I hope you enjoy the competition. You've been out of it for a couple of seasons. So I'm busy doing commissioner stuff and other real life stuff, enjoying the ability to go outdoors without wearing a mask, perhaps. Riding with Death. Dudster probably got one of the best players in the entire league, and Rabid Leg Humper. He's going to be one to watch out for. This kind of competition might suit Dudster. So no, not finding a lot of success in the Outdoor Feast in terms of league position anyway. Might do really well in the Far Albion Cup. Last Bash for Glory. So Barmy Army did get promoted after just missing out on the automatic places, but benefited from teams re-rolling. So they are a Prem side. Last Bash for Glory have done really well in this competition actually since Barmy Army started to partake in it regularly. So they will be a threat. Into the top 7 we go. And we come to the almost ultimate Far Albion Cup champions, the Tales from the Crib. They have 5 Far Albion Cup titles, and I hopefully got that right this time. Led by Max Damage, of course, and their talismanic gutter runner, Evelure Aurora. Interesting smells. Pedders, perennial quarter finalists, did make a semi-final in season 46, I think it was. Pedders did say that the FA Cup could go and do one last season. I think he put it in stronger terms than that after he got knocked out after another quarterfinal, but saw the brilliance of the competition and obviously decided to come back. The Demon Smiths, so Coach Krell in the Prem, had a tough start against Corn Knight and his Skaven side. I think losing their first game there, but it is in at 5. Morbid Initiation, Tapestry, the forever tough opponent and the longest UK BBL franchise. The Lizards will of course be in the competition, trying to add to their single title that they've already got. Croc Rock and Beats UK, nice to see Scouse Boy coming in at number 3 from Prem West. is actually the highest ranked Lizard side. I think it's just got a little bit better roster, I think, than the Initiation at the moment. And then, of course, our top two. So Dragon's Bane, of course, is in at number 2, the beaten finalists last season. I think they've got a draw in their first match day this season, but they'll look to try and go one better and win the title. They've been denied on a couple of unlucky occasions. Once to myself, being knocked out in a semi-final way back in season 42. And of course we've got the defending champions Bearded Rage and Mortigine. These are a very, very dangerous draw side. They have plenty of killers, although didn't do much harming last season, and that was why they were relegated, according to Mort. But let's see what they can do this season in the Far Albion Cup. So these are all of the teams 1 through to 32. I've basically got, I will just show you my colander. It's very professional here, with a load of ping pong balls with the numbers on. And for those who haven't seen this draw before, I will very, very simply pull one out, show you on the screen, and let's see how we go. So this is the first tie. I will put on the draw so we can see that, and I'll also change the slide. Here we go. So here's the first tie, the first team for this season's Far Albion Cup. Game A. So the first team to be drawn out will be the home side, second one will be the away side. I'll put that on the screen for you so you can see. Here we go, first one out of the bag. It's number 24. So that's Apocalypse When. So Peace Frog will be at home. So I'll just find him. They will play number 20. So that's Scowl for Fan. So, not sure that was the draw you wanted, Jonas, but that's what you've got. You've got some delicious chorfs to play with in that first round. So, enjoy that. Here we go with the second game. Number 27. That's Fleur de Noblesse. That's Just a Bully. So re-rolling his Cold Eye Corsairs, who were doing very, very well. I have to say, I'm a bit surprised to see him re-rolling, but maybe just wanted to try something different. That's perfectly fine. I wouldn't mind playing the Brits, to be honest. I am keeping me looking at the screen, so I can't be accused of cheating. Although it would be funny if this said 17. Close. 16. So the Wood Elves will play the Brits. I think both sides will actually fancy their chances in that one. Very, very lean Wood Elf side will play, obviously, a rookie Brits side. Number 26. That's Sminty's Nurgle's Breakfast Cereal. They will be at home. They will play number 18. That's right. That's the Treronian Smashers. So RJP's going to play the Nurgle. Not sure he'll like that tie, if I'm honest. The low agility on those Zons might get a little bit stuck with a good placement of that Beast of Nurgle. It might be quite a tricky tie to get through, and Sminty is a canny operator. Will be one Rob will hopefully look forward to still. Number 15. Solomon's Warlocks. So Bedouin. So that retired Chalf side will be at home. They're going to get number 7. That's Tales from the Crib. So the Chalfs, that could be quite an interesting tie, that one. The Crib will start away to the Chalfs. Interesting tie, that one. Yeah, I agree with you, Rob. I think that is going to be a very, very tough, tie. See Sminty's is on there. Okay, here's the next tie. Game E. 22. That's a couple of Vermin Lords. So Keith knocked out me last season. How I would love revenge. Will be at home. He's got a really, really good side that he's taken from the Cripple Cup. He's going to play number 32. So Keith's going to play Blood Splatter. That's a rat-on-rat action. So Rattus Depravus, starting life in the conferences, will have to play the Crippled Vermin Lords. Number 31. So Burrow Lizards and Wonderben, who won his first game of the season today. I should say 31, I'm sorry. I'll change that there, we go. So Wonderben's going to be at home as Lizardmen. Probably will quite like a rookie side here. Let's see what he gets. Number 25. That's Funeral Express and Point Blank. That could be very, very interesting, that tie. So Point Blank and his Kemri, recently put up into the main league from the conference, will play the newly formed Burrow Lizards. Still Bearded Rage in there, still Walkers of Westminster, still Crockrell, still Morbid Initiation. Number 4. So as we say it, the initiation comes out and they are going to be at home. Who will tap? Have to try and get past. Number 2. So that's going to be an all-premiership affair. We're going to lose one of the big hitters in the first round. So Walkers of Westminster and Dragon's Bane will have to play Morbid Initiation away from home, replacing round 2. Number 29. So Waldorf's Marak Cardinals, so the second Kemri side in the competition. There they are. They will be starting their hunt for glory at home. They're going to play number 19. So that's Archangel's Ball Breakers. So Chalf against the Kemri, that's going to be one that you probably expect the Ball Breakers to win, but you never know with those inducements that the Cardinals should get. Going to be a tough one for Archangel, I suspect. Hopefully enough guard in the side to deal with that strength on that Kemri side. Number 30. So that's Northern Union and Ringtail 2. Welcome back to the league, Ringtail. I don't think you were here when I first joined, but nice to see you back in the league, and nice to see someone playing Pro Elves. Yeah, played them in the Cripple Cup. They die a lot, that's what I found out. I suspect only if you're rubbish like me. They're going to play number 12. So that is the Down Under Thunders. So Pro Elves, high speed, high manoeuvrability, will play a Chorf side on a rebuild. And I would feel Nate Guy will not be looking forward to that one. Really tough game for the Chorfs. Number 10. So the Arrows are going to be at least at home as their reward for filling in the numbers. Still got a lot of the left-hand side, so the top half of the draw still in. Bearded Rage still in. Croc Beats are still in. The Demon Smiths are still in. Interesting Spells are still there as well. So a lot of that second top half. So the Arrows will play number 13. That's Green Dwarf. So again, it's Elf on Chorf. Very dangerous Chorf side, that one. But I would think Bane could use his superior throwing and catching ability to perhaps catch the Dwarves out. Number 21. So Terminal Stain. So the Goblins are going to be at home. Itchin's going to play at home. A lot of the bigger TV side still left in. They're going to play number 5. So Krell is going to have to get past Itchin to get into round 2, and I have to say that that is not a done deal. Tier 1 Prem side playing a Goblins. Itchin's a very, very good coach. Number 17. So the Claws of Corn, that's me. We are going to be at home. God, I do not want to play any of those sides. Right, I'm going to keep looking at the camera. Put the colander over there. Not Bearded Rage. Just not Bearded Rage. Okay. Number 28. So it's going to be Snow Troll and the Lizards. I played Snow Troll a couple of seasons ago and I felt very bad afterwards. Okay, that's going to be an interesting one. The Lizards will get plenty of inducements at the very least. So there's going to be some big ties probably over. Getting Ratted is the only, Robin Isiak is the only team on the right hand side of my board, so in the bottom half. Everything else is in the top half. Number 3. Sorry, I haven't really seen that. Croc Rock Beats. So Scouse Boy is going to be at home. They're going to play number 1. So Scouse Boy gets a bit of a baptism of fire, but saying that, will have played the Rage last season, coming from Prem West. So should have the tools at his disposal to try and beat the current champions. Probably the worst draw that Mortakina would probably have gone for. Probably wouldn't have liked to play Elves either. Next team. Number 23. So Bob is at least going to get a home tie. Always got a bit of a soft spot for Bob's teams. I do hope he does well. But Bob plays for enjoyment, not to win. He's going to play number 11. That's Fainhawk. So Gav's going to have to get past Bob and his Yak. So the last two ties, we've got Interesting Smells, we've got Last Bash for Glory, we've got Riding with Death, and we've got Of Monsters and Men. So at least Laska's not going to have to play Jorf. We might have the obligatory mirror match between the Death and the Smells, which is what Pedders has escaped for the last two seasons. Let's see what we can do. Number 8. So the Bash are going to be at home. They're going to play number 9. Well, I'll have to have a little look through the history because the Bash and the who is that? That is the Death, the Riders. They have played each other for the last couple of seasons in the Altdorf East, and I think the Glory have been beaten pretty handsomely on both occasions. So, chance for a little bit of revenge. So, 2 in. We know that it's Pedders going to be playing Laska, who's going to be the home side. Number 14. So, Laska will be at home. Just to prove it was in there. Number 6. So that is Interesting Smells. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your full first round draw. Of Monsters and Men will play Interesting Smells. So there you go. You can see that on the screen. I'll just check for the comments. So there we go. Lots of little comments there. Nice to see so many people watching and listening. Hope you enjoyed that anyway. Hope everyone got the teams that they wanted. But only time will tell, I suppose. So I'm going to take that off. Obviously this will be left on YouTube for you to check and make sure that I haven't made any mistakes in terms of putting the threads up. So I'm just going to close that and I will go to the next slide. So just to remind you how this works, threads will appear within the next 24 hours and that will be by the 8th or 9 o'clock of the 8th of August, that should say, not the 8th of May. I changed the day, but not the month. Availability to be posted by the following Thursday, so that's the Thursday coming up. And ties to be played by 7 o'clock of the round end date. So that is the 21st of August. If you need a little bit more time, just let me know, and I can always extend it. But obviously, you know, I prefer everything to be kind of done and dusted by that point. Last thing to say is good luck. So I do hope you enjoyed this live cast. It's been a little bit longer than I usually do, but with more teams, it takes longer to do. So yep, hope you've enjoyed yourselves. Take care. I will see you in the next one. Until then, see you later.